Emily? Where the heck did you go? When are you going to take me grocery shopping? I've been waiting for you to come and pick me up for a while now.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I told you earlier that I was going out for coffee with my friends today. I don't remember talking about grocery shopping with you today.
Why should I have to talk to you in advance about this? I just want you to take me to the grocery store. You're unemployed and always lazy at home. I'm doing you a favor by asking you to take me to the grocery store. I'm giving you something to do. I can't believe you're not here when I need you. You really are such a useless person. You should be embarrassed by yourself.
I'm really sorry about this. I had no idea you wanted to go to the store today. What items do you need me to buy? I can stop by the store on my way home and get everything that you need.
This is why I hate unemployed people like you. You have no sense. You should know what I need without me telling you. You really are so useless.
I'm sorry, but even if I were employed, I can't read your mind. Would you just be able to give me a list of things that you want me to buy?
Toilet paper and toothpaste. I can't believe that I have to tell you this. You don't seem to care about anything around the house. It feels like you're only focused on yourself and just hanging out all day. You really should try to use your brain more often.
I'll make sure to stop by the store and buy some toilet paper when I'm heading back home then. I'm sorry I couldn't take you to the store today.
Yeah, you'd better do that. You're pretty useless after all. Make sure this won't happen again. Having an unemployed person like you in my house is already stressful. I wish that you were a little more useful. I think that most of your friends have part-time jobs and are doing something useful every day. Aren't you embarrassed by yourself?
I wasn't aware that you thought of me that way. But the reason I became a housewife was that Brian asked me to. It wasn't my choice to quit my job.
Stop making excuses like that. That's why I don't like you.
But that is the truth. We were planning on trying to have children right after we got married. That's why we decided that I should become a housewife and focus on raising our baby. That's why I thought it was the best decision.
Where's the baby then? You guys have been married for over a year and you're still not even pregnant. What's the point of quitting work if you're not going to have a baby?
Becoming pregnant isn't always easy. There could be many reasons why I'm not pregnant yet. It's only been a year though. I think we're just going to keep trying for a little while longer. If I can't get pregnant after a few more months, I'll see a doctor.
What a useless woman. Your only job is to get pregnant and you can't even do that. This is why I told Brian not to marry you in the first place.
What? You told him not to marry me?
I said it would be a bad idea for him to marry someone older than you. He should have married a younger woman who would have gotten pregnant already.
Did you just call me an old woman? I'm basically the same age as Brian. I really don't appreciate you insulting me like this.
Aren't you almost 32 years old already? That's pretty old for a woman. You are so useless. You're a housewife who can't even get pregnant. What's the point of staying at home all day? There's no point in your existence.
Did you really just say that to me? I think that's taking things a little too far. I'm very offended by what you just said to me.
I'm just telling the truth. I had no intention of insulting you at all. I just remembered something I want to tell you. You don't need to come on the family vacation next month. I really don't want you to come with us.
Wait, what? I made all the reservations for the trip.
You can tell all the details of the trip to Brian instead. I already cancelled your name from the hotel reservation.
Why did you? So you're serious about this then?
I don't want Brian to waste his salary on taking a useless person like you on vacation. I also don't see you as a member of my family either. This is a family vacation that we're planning to go on. You can't come either way.
I didn't know that you thought about me like that. I'm your daughter-in-law. So you made me make all the reservations, and now you've cancelled just my name?
Yeah, that's what I did. A housewife like you should stay at home and clean. That's one of the only ways you can be of any use.
20 minutes later.
Hey, Brian. It's an emergency and I need your help.
What do you want?
Your mom just let me know that she cancelled my name from the reservations I made for our family vacation next month. She said she didn't want me to come. What should I do? Should I contact the hotel to add me back to the reservation?
Why would you do that?
What do you mean? I just told you that my reservation got cancelled.
Yeah, I know already. Why would you try to add yourself back to the reservation? It doesn't make sense.
But I thought it was supposed to be a family vacation. I don't want to be left out. I'm part of the family too. I'm your wife. It wouldn't really be a family vacation if I got left behind by myself.
My mom went through a lot of effort to get your reservation cancelled. I think we should just leave the reservation as it is.
So you're basically telling me that I can't come on this family vacation even though I was the one who planned the trip and made all the reservations?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
Brian? I can't believe you would say that to me. You're meant to be my husband, right? You should try to convince your mom to let me come on this trip.
I know that I'm your husband. I am also my mom's eldest son. I think I have to side with her on this matter. I really care about my parents and she does have a point. You haven't been very useful as a housewife.
I can't believe you're really saying that. You're the one who asked me to become a housewife for you. I'm leaving work because you told me to. I kind of regret doing that now. You always come home late at night recently. I'm left alone in the house with your mom all the time.
Well, you should be grateful that my mom is willing to spend some time with you.
What are you talking about? You don't know anything. She always treats me like a servant. She's also constantly asking me when I'm going to get pregnant. How can I get pregnant when we have been married to each other for over half a year? Why do I have to get blamed for not becoming pregnant?
You really need to shut up. It's annoying. I'm really tired from having to work all day. I don't have the time to be listening to your complaints. Can't you just figure this out between yourselves? Just talk to my mom about it directly.
I'm not asking you to solve everything for me. I just wanted you to listen to me. That's all. I'm meant to be your wife, aren't I?
This wouldn't be a problem if you just listened to what my mom tells you to do.
Wait, what? What's your solution to this?
As long as you listen to what she says, she won't get mad at you. Also, my mom is always right. She's never wrong about anything. Have you not thought about the fact that maybe you're the one who's in the wrong?
What? I can't believe you're really saying this.
Anyway, make sure that you don't come on the family vacation with us next month. My mom gets into a bad mood when you're around. You can stay home and clean the house while we're gone.
I'm so shocked, Brian. Don't you consider me as your wife?
Well, my mom always refers to you as a useless, unemployed person. She's not wrong.
Does that mean you think that way about me too, then?
I think we've talked about this enough already. Please try to get along with my mom. I also don't want you to involve me in your troubles.
Okay, fine. I understand the way you think now. I won't bother trying to go on the family vacation with you guys either.
Several days later.
Hello, Amanda? Do you have a moment? I need to talk to you about something.
What do you want from me? You useless piece of trash.
Stop insulting me.
I'm wrong. We're having a fantastic time on this vacation, by the way. In my opinion, it's mostly because a certain someone isn't here with us.
I'm glad to hear that everyone is enjoying the vacation.
There's no point trying to join us on the vacation. I'm not going to allow it. My family and Brian's sister's family are having a great time together. We don't need an unemployed stranger like you to join us. Just make sure you clean the entire house while we're away. I want the house to be clean and tidy when we return.
That house doesn't exist anymore. What did you just say? I wanted to discuss that with you, but it seems like you're occupied at the moment, so I'll let it go. I'm going to head out then. I did mention that your house is no longer available. You all can sort things out on your own.
Why are you suddenly telling me strange lies? There's no way our house is gone. What do you even mean by that? Did you mean move out or something?
Oh, that's right. I have moved out already. Didn't you notice that I've been packing my belongings since last week?
I guess you were gathering up all your belongings for some reason. You never told me that you were planning to move out, though. Does this mean that you're finally going to get a divorce from Brian?
That's what I plan on doing. I've already filled out half of the divorce papers and mailed them to his company. He can fill them out and submit them when he goes to work next. I also sent all of your belongings to Brian's sister's house.
Wait, what? Why did you need to do that? I thought that you were moving out of our house. Why was there a need to send my belongings?
Why are you not listening? I told you that the house is gone. Don't you get it?
What? I don't get it. Why is the house gone?
You know, that house we lived in used to belong to my parents.
What? It belonged to your parents?
The house was given to me when my parents passed away. It was my property. Do you not remember me telling you about this?
I guess you were saying something along those lines. I had completely forgotten about it.
The house is under my name. I am the rightful owner of it. You moved in without my permission after I got married to Brian. It was supposed to be my home, but I never felt like I belonged there because of you.
That doesn't matter now. What happened to the house? I really enjoyed living there.
I wanted to cut ties with you and Brian completely. I decided to sell the house. I have too many unpleasant memories with you in that house to continue living there.
You sold the house? No way.
I've handed over the rest to a real estate company. They're going to assist me in finding a potential buyer.
So that means we really can't go back to the house anymore?
Correct. You guys can't go back there. It's not my property anymore. So it would be trespassing. Now that I think about it, you tried to kick me out of that house so many times. It was my property. And you still tried to do that?
It's not what you think. That was all just a joke. I never would have really kicked you out. I really think that you should think about all this again. It's not a good idea to sell the house also. Why are you getting a divorce? Did you even talk to Brian about this before deciding?
He told me he didn't mind if I got a divorce from him. I really wanted the divorce, which is why I decided to go through with it. I didn't want to spend any more time with a mother-in-law like you, and I also knew Brian was cheating on me. What a bunch of bastards.
Wait, what? Brian was cheating on you.
Yes. He made me stay home and take care of you while he was having an affair with other women.
He would come home very late at night or the next morning. I hardly saw him at all. I thought he was working overtime, which is why he gets home late.
He fools us all. There's no way he was working any overtime. He wasn't getting paid for any overtime work. It was all just a lie.
You don't know that yet. Maybe he has his own reason.
Actually, I do know that he was cheating on me. I have the evidence. I've made up my mind about divorcing him and I'm not changing it. I've sold the house that we all have to move out. You should be grateful that I packed up all your belongings for you. I was even nice enough to send all your belongings to your daughter's house.
Where am I meant to live then? I don't have a house.
Why don't you ask your daughter for help? You're on vacation with her right now. Maybe she can let you move in with her.
That's not possible. My daughter already lives with her 3 children in a small apartment.
So what? Accept that or sleep on the streets. Or you and Brian can find a place to rent together. Either way, it's not my concern. Please try to figure it out without involving me.
I can't believe that you're abandoning us like this all of a sudden. Brian might not even be cheating on you. It could all just be a huge misunderstanding. I don't think you should go through with the divorce or sell the house. It's a bad idea. I also don't want you to sell the house. I believe we can have a better relationship in the future.
Never.
What?
There's no way I'm ever going to be able to get along with you. I absolutely hate you. I only have bad memories with you. I don't think it's possible for us to ever get along. I have absolutely no intention of ever seeing or talking to you ever again.
You don't have to take it that far. I never treated you so poorly.
Actually, you did treat me badly. I have every right to cut ties with you completely. I planned and reserved everything for the vacation you're on right now. I can't believe you removed my name from all the reservations. You must have a really terrible personality to do that.
I guess I went a little too far. I still think it's wrong to sell the house and move all of my belongings without telling me.
I hired a moving company to pack and transfer everything for you and Brian. However, I will ask you both to pay me back for the expense. I've also hired a good lawyer who believes I can get alimony along with the divorce settlement.
Please stop what you are doing and think about it first. I can't live with my daughter. And I want you to talk to Brian about all this. I don't think that you guys need to get a divorce.
You're the one who wants me to divorce Brian the most. And as you wish, I'm definitely getting a divorce from him. He's a piece of trash that cheated on me and ignored everything that I talked to him about. I'm determined to get a divorce. He cheated on me and ignored all our discussions.
I just told Brian about everything that he said to me. You should have received some calls from Brian. I think he wants to talk to you.
I see, he called and texted me. It seemed like he had completely forgotten that I owned the house. It also seems that he wants to stay married to keep living there. What an idiot. I can't believe I even got married to him in the first place.
I really believe Brian regrets what he did to you. Everyone makes mistakes from time to time. I think you should give him a second chance.
A piece of trash like him doesn't deserve a second chance. Also, there was one more thing that I forgot to tell you guys. I sent some of Brian's belongings to the apartment that his secret girlfriend lives in.
Wait, what?
I don't really want to talk to him anymore. So would you be able to tell him for me? I can't believe he would sleep with his boss's wife while on a business trip. Brian really loves taking risks, doesn't he?
So that's who he was with. I can't believe it.
I wonder how his boss is going to react to this. I also wonder if Alan can still keep his job at that company. I really don't think he's in a position where he can afford to lose his job. He needs a lot of money in the coming months to pay the divorce settlement and alimony, and he'll have to find a new place to live in. Rent in this neighborhood isn't going to be cheap. You were lucky you didn't have to pay rent while living in my house.
What are you planning to do then? Where are you planning to live? You must be in a terrible situation too. Why do you think that you're unemployed? You have no source of income. What are your plans for the future? I really think that you should think this through again. All three of us will be in trouble if you go through with this. It would be better if we tried to continue living together in your house.
You don't need to worry about me. I have plenty of income. I actually own a few other properties in the area.
What?
Yes, I invested most of the money I inherited from my parents in real estate. I rent out a few properties that provide a stable source of income. A friend who was good at investing gave me advice.
I had no idea about any of this.
Of course, you'd never know because you've never listened to anything I say. It's good to get rid of you too.
No. Wait. You can't abandon us like that.
Amanda and Brian were in a state of panic when they realized they had no place to call home. They desperately tried to convince me not to sell my house, even apologizing repeatedly, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. I had already made my decision. I was determined to divorce Brian and sell the house they were residing in. To add to the chaos, I had sent Brian's belongings to his secret girlfriend's apartment, who coincidentally happened to be his boss's wife. Brian had been engaged in an affair with his boss's wife whenever the boss was away on business trips. It so happened that Brian's boss was present at home when his belongings arrived, and he discovered their illicit relationship. Brian was promptly demoted from work, and rumors quickly spread throughout the company. His colleagues began to avoid him altogether. Now, both Brian and Amanda find themselves without a place to live. It remains to be seen how they will navigate the consequences of the mess they have entangled themselves in. Elsa, today you'll be coming over here, right? Could you do me a favor and grab some bread on your way? We're out of white bread.
Wait, Charlotte, are you at your parents' house right now?
Well, yes. It's my home too, isn't it? It's only natural for me to be here. My husband's out of town, so I thought I'd come home to avoid feeling lonely.
Really? I'll see if Jack can stop by the bakery and get the bread you want.
What? I thought I asked you to get the bread for me.
What? But we're already on the road and almost there.
I'm not spying on you, but I do know about the little bun in your oven. You should still be able to get some bread for me. You're due next month, right? So, no heavy lifting for you.
Bread? Heavy? Fine then. Oh, and by the way, the baby's already here.
What?
Our little one decided to come early. We were planning on introducing the baby to everyone today.
What? Why didn't I hear about this? Did you keep this a secret from me?
About that, I know that you really don't like kids. So Jack said we should wait for things to calm down a bit so that you don't get too upset with us. That's why we kept you out of the loop.
Shut up. You think you can just hide things from me because you're some dog? You need to stop screwing around, you idiot.
1 hour later.
Charlotte. I'm not going to forgive you for that. I've told the police about this. And we'll take you to court to sue you. So you'd better get prepared.
Huh? What are you going on now? I have no idea what that all means. What do you mean you're going to sue me? I didn't do a dang thing.
You have no reason to be saying that now. When I brought my baby over to see their grandparents after we had only just gotten out of the hospital a few days ago, you came up to me screaming that you're supposed to have your baby first and then you punched me. You're getting sued is what has to happen now.
What? You're upset that I had to do it because you screwed around too much. It's your fault for keeping the birth of your child from me. So you're the one who should be blamed. You came here acting all high and mighty right in front of my face. Which pretty much meant you were asking for a punch to the face.
I can't believe this. If I'd known you were actually going to be at your parents', I would have never come today.
Whenever I choose to be at my parents' house has nothing to do with you. And it's your fault for not asking before you both got on the road.
But even still, that doesn't mean you punch me for it. Especially when I'm carrying my daughter in my arms. If you've got a problem with me that you can't deal with properly, then you handle it when my baby isn't around. But to be honest, there is never a reason to be punching another person over something like this. You didn't even talk to me about any of this. Instead, choosing to just punch me without me knowing why.
You talk too much. Who the hell do you think you are? Are you trying to be a dog by having a baby before your sister-in-law? I can't just sit here and let a freak who can't follow the rules get away with something like that without getting beat up.
You're definitely never getting my forgiveness for any of this.
What are we going to do then? Should I be worried that the family idiot might try and do something to me anytime soon? It's not even like what happened is anything to even be that upset about.
You punched me in the face and sent me into the wall while I had my daughter in my arms, where she almost smacked her head on the wall.
And so what, Elsa? It's perfectly fine for someone like you to get punched every once in a while, right?
A few moments later.
Bob, can we talk?
Well, hello Elsa. It's been a while since I last saw you, right after your baby was born. How are you doing? It's your first time being a mom, so it must be exhausting, right? If you need any help with anything, just let me know and I'll be there.
Thank you, Bob. Actually, there is something I need to ask you.
Sure thing. What is it? If you need me to do some chores or something, I'm free every day.
Actually, I'm on my way to the hospital right now. Jack is taking care of the baby, and I need you to bring my purse and some things to me. You're my brother, so I thought you'd be up for it.
What? You're going to the hospital? What happened? Are you okay?
I'm going for a checkup. My head is bleeding. But I'll tell you more later, okay?
Okay, but Elsa, are you sure you're fine? You were shot in the head, right? Maybe you should stay in the hospital a bit longer for observation.
Bob, the doctor already told me that I'll be fine. Besides, I have to get back to caring for my daughter. I don't have time to waste.
You're quite the monster, aren't you? But if you're not well yourself, how will you take care of your child? Please don't push yourself too hard. You were already moving around a lot at the hospital. And even fell asleep mid-story because you were so tired. Can you tell me what happened?
Before I get into that, there's one more thing I need to ask of you.
What is it? Anything for you.
This isn't about helping with my baby. I need you to be my lawyer. There aren't many lawyers I trust as much as you. So this time, I want you by my side in court. Sorry for asking this for you.
Don't worry about it. I'll represent you no matter what happened. But what's important is your injury. It wasn't an accident, was it?
Actually, today, I took my baby to meet her grandparents for the first time. While holding her in my arms, my sister-in-law punched me. She put all her strength into that punch and sent me flying into a wall. I did everything to protect my baby and shielded her with my body. When I came to, the EMTs were carrying me out of the house.
What? What was she thinking doing that to my little sister and niece?
Luckily, my baby wasn't injured and I got off relatively lightly considering how hard she hit me. But because of the punch, I have a black eye and a slight concussion as well as some bruising on my back and arms.
What is wrong with her? And where was Jack when all this happened? The fact that he hasn't said anything about this yet. Something doesn't sit right with me.
Jack has always been on my side, Bob. He and his sister have always been at odds, and she took out her anger on me today. She's done this before to him too. So maybe I should have seen this coming.
Punch an old little brother all the time has already messed up.
When I confronted her about it, she denied everything and even had the nerve to blame me. She called me names, and I was stupid enough to hope for an apology from her.
That's outrageous. How could she attack you, especially when you've just given birth and were holding your baby? She won't get away with this. Elsa, leave this to me. I'll make sure anyone who thinks it's okay to hurt others, especially you, will pay for their actions in jail. She'll get what she deserves.
Thank you, Bob. What should I do in situations like this? I guess avoiding her is the best thing to do, right?
I would never advise you to go near her after what she's done. But we'll need more proof of her violence for court. I'll use your text messages as evidence. And I want you to collect any other evidence that might help us in court. Maybe you could record your conversations with her. Just make sure to get out of there if things get worse.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll make sure my daughter is safe at her grandparents' house.
And I'll do everything in my power to protect both of you. Right now, though, you need to rest and heal. We'll need all your strength to gather the evidence that will win us the case. Be ready for anything from her. I'll come over Jackaro to check on you again.
Tomorrow.
Charlotte, just as I told you yesterday, I've gotten myself a lawyer. And so, with that, I'll make sure to cross you. I want you to be ready for when that day comes.
Why would I be preparing for that? You are a freaking idiot. Stupid dogs like you always try to make yourselves look all big and tough, don't you? You're probably nothing but talk right now. And how could you even get a lawyer when you have no money right now? Do you not understand how much it'll cost you to take me to court? And without evidence, things won't end in your favor. But I guess some people are too far gone to be helped, huh?
Charlotte, why do you have to go so far to treat me like that? I know that for a long time now you've had things against me. But you've never even talked to me before because you hated me so much.
Well, I went to a far better university than my dunce brother. And I ended up marrying an elite. So I have the right to pick on all of you lowlifes. You, on the other hand, came from nowhere with nothing but a high school diploma. And your parents are nowhere to be found, right? You and I are nothing alike. And like I've said before, you're a dog and I'm your master. However, at some point along the way you started to hide things from me. And now I've had to step up my game for your actions. Do you see now? I have to be extreme with you.
Well, if you've been trying to put me back down. You've already shown me that by what you did the other day. But to be honest, I don't even remember hiding anything from you, Charlotte.
Really? Are you really saying that right now? This is the reason that I hate talking to idiots like you all the time. Listen, you're hiding from me that you had your baby before I could have mine is just bullcrap. There is an order to things in this world, and yet you seem to have never learned that. Did you not learn back in preschool about all of that? You have to follow the order, right? This is the reason you're like a dog, you freak.
Ugh, I can't do this. You've been married for 5 years now, and the reason you still haven't had a baby of your own. Is it because you and that elite husband of yours don't get along too well anymore, right? And also, your husband is overseas right now, correct? So the two of you can't even find the chance to have a baby right now. So I don't get why you think I need to wait for you guys when you're taking so long.
Shut the hell up. It's your fault for not following the order and doing everything without my permission. Even with all the disrespect you've shown me. I'd expect a simple apology from you.
1 week later.
Ugh, Elsa, is all this crap from some lawyer you're doing? What is all of this? I've got things here from the court. And even more things from your lawyer. What the hell is going on here? Did you really end up getting some money to do something? Because it seems that way.
Nice to meet you. I am one of the lawyers from McDonald's law firm. My name is Bob. As of right now, all of those documents that you've been given is due to the mistreatment of my little sister. And so this time, I'll be acting as a lawyer in this case.
Huh? So you're that idiot's brother that I talked to long ago? So that must make you an idiot as well, right? I'm not going to let you fool me right now.
Although I am acting as the lawyer for my client, she is still my younger sister. I am not letting you get away with what you did to her. And since you committed the perfect crime, I'm going to make sure you're taken in for it.
Don't you even try to look down on me like that? There's no way a freak like Elsa could actually have a brother. That's a lawyer of all things. I'm surprised to have gotten something from the court, but after thinking about all of this, I can see what's going on here. You must be that dog's secret lover or something. You have been trying all along to act as though you're her older brother, but I can see right through it all now.
Secret lover, huh? I'm sure that if that were the case, you'd be better off. But because I'm her older brother, that'll never happen. So don't even try saying something so disrespectful. My sister is an amazing woman and she'd never cheat on her husband.
What are you talking about? You're disgusting. If you really are her brother, Then why are you working so hard to protect her like you're together with her?
I think you'll understand the reason why. Love my sister enough to do anything for her. Both of us lost our parents in an accident. At that time, we were given all the money from our parents, which let me get into college. But at that time, Elsa was still in high school. And so even though I was working to become a lawyer, I also made sure to play the part of her parents. I worked a full-time job while going to school. And I am so happy that all my work paid off in raising such a beautiful sister. And because of that, I can say that I really am in love with my sister more than anyone else, and I am willing to give it all to her.
There's nothing more disgusting than a man who was so in love with his little sister. You both should be fighting each other, not being all in love and everything. I can see now why both of you are such freaks.
Well, if you think that my definition of love meant something sexual, then that's on you. But what's so wrong with my wanting to love my sister and care for her?
Huh?
In my case, the only family I have left is her. So wouldn't it make sense that all the love I have would go to her and nobody else? So that's why I care for her so much. And the only person that took that as meaning I was for some reason, her boyfriend, was you. You only try and pick at our lives even more and try to find more reason to treat us like idiots. So we're going back to the main point I was talking about. Due to recent events, you're being taken to court. I think it's best if you get yourself a lawyer soon. Now, I'll talk with you more about all this in the coming days. I don't have the patience anymore to deal with you. Or else my head is going to explode. So I'm going to take a break and let myself cool off.
Stop screwing around, you. What do you mean by take me to court? I haven't done anything wrong. You can't just try suing me for nothing, right? Are you listening to me right now? Listen to me right now, you freak.
Tomorrow.
Listen to me, you dog. Are you really going to take me to court for my money? If you go ahead and stop all of this court crap, I'll give you a small amount of money and then you should be happy.
I was starting to think about texting you here pretty soon. But it seems like you beat me to it and are still acting like you were better than me. Why is that? Anyway, if you think I'm only in this for the money, you'd be very wrong. There are other things I want taken care of.
Huh? And what's that? I told you that I'd give you some money and yet you still want more.
I don't really care what you try to do. But I hate you enough now to not hold back from taking you to court. But if you really want to handle all of this outside the courtroom, I want you to not only give me some money, but also apologize to me right in front of all the family. Of course, you'll also be apologizing to your mom and dad. But I want you to apologize to Jack as well.
Oh, stop that crap, Elsa. You think you can get my parents and family to laugh at me? Why do you think I need to apologize to you?
Seems that you still don't quite get it. Whether we go to court or not, you're going to have to apologize for what you did. After all, you literally hurt me and almost hurt my newborn baby. And so in that case, the right thing to do is apologize, right? But you seem to not understand that. Which means there must have been something wrong with your education.
A dog like you has no right to try to make fun of me, you freak.
Well, I tried telling you how I wanted this all settled out of court. Yet you still don't seem to want to listen to me. So I guess the next time we see each other will be in court.
Stop that crap. I haven't done a dang thing wrong. This is all your fault. So why do you think I have to listen to what you've said?
Over 1 month later.
There is no way this is happening. What was all of that? Why was nobody listening to anything I said in that courtroom? You think I should just listen to that idiot lawyer of yours and settle outside the court with you? Everything is acting like they're better than me right now. You are going to pay for this, you jerk.
I'm not going to pay anything to you after this. If you'd like others to listen to you, then perhaps you should listen to all that crap you plan to say before you spew it all out. I told you already that this is all due to your childish behavior, and that I'd never forgive you for what happened. And like I said, when in that ambulance, I told the police about all of this. I think you'll be taken away by them soon. So be prepared for that.
Taken away? You mean into custody? You're being serious back then.
I was. The way you acted back then was dangerous for my daughter and me. And I couldn't let you get away with that. So in order to protect my daughter, I had to become your demon.
Don't you start acting like you're doing any of this to protect that kid. I'm sure the police won't be able to get me. My husband has a ton of money. And I'm sure if I asked him, he could bail me right out of there. My husband may be working overseas right now. But the company he's with is from overseas. He has to work a lot all the way on the other side of the world. But he makes bank doing so. I'll make sure to use his money any way I can. And I'll be back out on the streets to come and get you. Too bad for you, you dog. I'll remember this. I'll make sure that you burn in hell with that brother of yours and your baby.
Well, that husband of yours has asked for a divorce recently. So I don't think you'll be able to afford anything.
What?
I don't think you understand me yet. I told you that I'll do anything to become your demon. And that includes getting your husband involved. Actually, even before that, I had a look into you and your husband a bit more. And I found out you'd been cheating on him. The man you've been with is a handsome-looking bartender, right? Amazing. You go out to him to drink fine liquor, and then after that, the two of you go out and make love behind your husband's back, right?
Why have you looked into my life that much? That's my private life. I could take you to court for that.
You're too late, though. You're in the middle of going through the court system as we speak. And before you try and get your husband to understand you, I've already talked with him and shown him all the evidence. He may be overseas at the moment, but he can still get a divorce. So thank you so much for making all your trips with that bartender so obvious. It really helped me get more evidence than I'd asked for. With him knowing all of this, prepare to get an earful from him when he tells you the news. Your husband also knows about how all the money he's been giving you has gone into that bartender. So he has every right to be more than angry. But even if you hadn't cheated on him, he also knows about the procedure you got to stop yourself from having kids. I always knew you hated kids, but never thought you'd take away your own ability to have them.
You think he's just going to throw me away for all of that? There's no way he could do that to me so easily.
Will you throw them out first, right? So I'm sure you won't only be getting divorced from him, but he'll be asking for a settlement as well. Good luck paying for all the damage you've caused. And I think I'll let you know this right now. I have no plans of going easy on you with the money I ask for. And even if you do lose everything, you'll still have to find a way to pay me. This is your direct path into hell. I hope you have a wonderful time.
No. This can't happen. I'm supposed to be on top. I've been to a great school and have an elite husband. Why won't anyone come to help me right now? Hey! Can't you at least let me off this once?
Following that, Charlotte made an attempt to reach out to her husband, begging for his forgiveness, but he heartlessly turned her down, resulting in their divorce. Furthermore, she endeavored to evade the authorities during the legal proceedings, but they caught her and placed her under arrest, subsequently issuing an order for her to pay a substantial amount of money to us. Simultaneously, her family finally voiced their opinions on the matter and completely cut ties with her. They were repulsed by her actions and wanted no connection with her. Ultimately, she was not charged with assault. Despite my suggestion to my brother to let go of the situation, as I wished to witness her suffering in society, we did succeed in obtaining a restraining order against her, effectively prohibiting her from approaching me or my family again. Currently, she is struggling to secure employment and settle her debts. As a result, she can be observed in unkempt attire, giving the impression that she has not slept for weeks. It is a distressing sight, and I feel no sympathy towards her. On the contrary, I am thriving in life with my contented family, and occasionally my brother visits to spend time with his niece.